You're listening to Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland.
Welcome into the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland. I'm your co-host David Wyatt, in studio today with co-host Mikey Football Foster, and of course the big man himself, Levon Kirkland.
That's right.
Getting ready to be in the Ring of Honor. So excited for you. And so tell us what's on your mind these days, Levon.
Well, David, I was kind of wondering, why do you, as the founder of the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame, what made you get involved with us?
With the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame?
Yes, sir.
Wow, so you're throwing it back on me.
I'm throwing it back at you
All
this
right,
time.
well, hey, that's fair enough. I mean, I tell you what, I grew up in South Carolina, and back in the day when I was growing up, you may remember this, there wasn't that many stations. There was a few broadcast stations. Sure. And so I'd be running through my mom's house or something, chasing my brother or running from my brother. And,
right.
and you might hear South Carolina in the news, and we'd be like, and stop, and we'd listen for about 30 seconds, and then we'd be like, man,
Not good news.
Not good news.
Right.
And so, there was a passion and part of me that really wanted to talk about South Carolina. We have so many great things to be proud of in South Carolina, and of course, one of those is our football prowess and heritage.
No question.
So, South Carolina Football Hall of Fame gives us an opportunity to take people like you from South Carolina that have been successful on the tops level, and hey, we can just promote South Carolina in a national platform. Every time we have a press release here, it goes nationwide and sometimes international.
Right.
So this is something about putting South Carolina in a very positive light.
Okay.
That's first of all. Second of all, I was an NFL agent for about 14 years.
Really? I didn't know that.
And so, representing and helping players get to the next level, you saw a lot of those guys. NFL stands for what?
Not for long.
Not for long.
Right.
And so a lot of young people, a lot of young men, they do a great job playing at the college level, or they'd play in the pros, and then they would get cut. The cheering would stop, and they would be ill prepared for that.
Right.
And I saw a lot of destruction in that. And so it was like, hey, this is an opportunity to perhaps let them see I'm a connector, And so it's like, hey, you've got this opportunity. You're playing college football in a great atmosphere with your, whatever college program you've got.
Right.
There's a lot of great people around you that can really help you with your next steps in your career.
Right.
This game of football really has a lot of soft skills that helps you develop. I think you've talked about it.
Oh, yes, no question about it.
Leadership,
right.
Working with diverse people, getting up when you've been knocked down,
right. Yeah.
Overcoming courage, all of that kind of stuff, setting goals, teamwork, very transferable to the business world. And I wanted to help them realize that and do a good job of making that transition. And then thirdly, we've got a lot of young people in our middle schools and high schools that don't understand there's a system out here that you need to make good grades your freshman and sophomore year. You need to be able to take the ACT or the SAT. Right. You need to have a core curriculum, because by the time you get to be a junior, it's too late.
It's a little too late.
If you hadn't done all these things.
Right. And
so that's how we partnered with the Department of Commerce. We've got this great Bridge Builder program. Obviously, you've been speaking to it. So, hey, the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame can make a difference through football, and that's why I'm doing this.
No question. Good job. How about you, Mikey? Why are you doing this?
Well, I've always been interested in football.
Right.
I have a sports management degree, and so the opportunity to work in a football organization that happens to help people. I grew up in a family of faith, and my belief has always been to give to others. And any way that you can give to others and make something better, then you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And so the ability to wake up every day and know that I can make an impact on someone else's life just by talking to them and listening to them and seeing how they can be better, and then connecting them with people that can help take them to the next level, which, as David mentioned, that's what he does. That's kind of what we do as an organization now, is connect people with other people to help people be better.
Right.
And so that's really become a passion, a mission for me, and really, it's the most unique thing in the world that I know of. There's nothing in this world that I can compare this experience to. And so I think that's, they say that if you go into you never work in your life if you enjoy what you're doing.
Right.
And this this has a little bit of that.
Well,
where-
I tell you what, you're working very hard.
That's right.
hard,
That's
yeah.
What about
right.
you, Levon? Why are you here? What drew you to the organization?
I tell you what, as a former player on all three levels, as a former coach on all three levels, after your coaching and playing days are over, you really still want to talk about the game. You really want to give back to the game because you know how much the game has given to you. So when this opportunity came my way, I jumped on it because it's a great way for me to educate, to empower, and to encourage. And I truly believe that your gifts are really not about you. Your gifts are about giving back to others.
That's right.
This is a great way for me to give back, and I'm glad I'm on board, and I hope that everybody else is on board and we can make a difference through football.
Yeah, so hey, thanks for listening. I appreciate y'all giving us an opportunity to tell you a little bit about why we're committed to the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame. And we do invite you to sign up, become a member if you haven't already. It's easy to do, scfootballhof.org. Just join right there. You become a member, and of course there are member benefits, which include casting a vote for our class that's coming up this year, casting a vote for the Player of the Year, the Blanchard Rogers Award, and of course you're becoming a part of our legacy, something that you and your family will be proud of for years to come. So we do appreciate you, all of the great sponsors, Hales, Spinks, Progressive, Trail, all of them. Thank you so much, and stay tuned. We are the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland.
All right, welcome back to the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland. We have a very special guest in studio with us today, Jay Blankenship. It's awesome to have you here. Levon Kirkland, take it away, my friend.
Well, before we get started, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jay. Happy birthday to you, and many more.
All right. Happy birthday,
Happy
man.
birthday, Jay.
That's a special
Glad you
day
didn't ask
for
me
you.
my age. But
We're gonna have to.
What? What's you, 35? How old?
25.
25? That's it, 25. Hey, man, we're happy that you're on the show. Now,
Thank you.
what some of our listeners, our viewers may not know, man, me and Jay go back, way back
That's right.
to our Clemson days.
That's right.
Yeah. But he didn't like me at first, but then I came into his office. I'm like, you're going to be my friend. You remember that, Jay?
I remember that. I did not dislike you. I just didn't know you.
It's not that he didn't like me. He didn't know me, so I had to make myself friendly. Well, we really appreciate that you're here, man. And with the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame, we're making a difference through football. And it's your vision is one of the reasons why that we're here and we're doing these programs, and they're fantastic. But you got to tell us, how did that vision come to you? I mean, it's your baby. Can you tell us a little bit about how that happened?
Growing up a South Carolina kid, we talk about being 50 this and 49 that.
Yes,
Right.
all the time.
I'm a product of South Carolina, so I know how it feels when people look at you when you come in a room and they judge you by some negative narrative. Ultimately, not only for the young men that participate in bridge building, the other athletes and just students in general, we want to control that narrative that when they see these young people, they're not thinking 49, 50.
Right.
You know, I was listening to a national broadcast and someone said it was a college football game and they said they didn't realize how much talent comes out of South Carolina.
Right.
Well, that's because they bought into the negative narrative. So we want to flip the narrative. So when they say, we're not just going to go recruit in Georgia and California and Texas, those kids that are coming through the Bridge Builder program in South Carolina, that's what we need.
Right.
Because they know we can come here and compete on the college campus, but also compete in the classroom and be good citizens.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, it's personal.
You know, most people think it's a professional problem or a college problem. Can you break it down in high school? Why is this such an issue? We got these young men who are very talented. Then after they finish playing high school ball, it's it for them. Can you address that for us?
Well, I think a lot of it is the different socioeconomic backgrounds they come from. You know, some have the connectivity, some don't. I think it's them identifying sport as the way out. You know, as a kid, I thought basketball was going to be my way out, but I was fortunate where I had a dad that taught me the foundation tools I needed to be successful outside of picking up a ball and having those menu of options that were available. For some of these young people, all they know is the sport. That's their ticket. And when something happens, they don't know how to navigate it.
Right.
So I think it's very important as early as 6 and under football or 10 and under that you start putting these pieces in place like character and honesty and integrity. And I heard someone earlier say football or sports in general allows you to be able to communicate with people in a lot of ways that don't live in your neighborhood, don't look like you, have different attitudes and different goals and objectives. But it's a way to merge that like-mindedness, and also the sports, from my perspective, allowed me to be able to communicate. It provided those leadership traits that I needed, and most importantly, it provided me the character that I needed to be successful in life.
Can you tell us some of the problems that the Bridge Builder program is going to solve?
Whoa, man. Whoa, how much time we got?
We got a little time. You can expand a little bit. You can preach on it.
I can tell you firsthand, and I think you and Mike saw this one with the South Side.
Right.
When you put things in front of these young people and you let those juices flow, and they can use their thought, you've already changed their mindset. Because one, now they're becoming more open and more accountable. And the prime example I always like to use is when we talked to the kids doing the lunch and learn, and we had that 9th grader.
Right.
And he asked what I need to do to be eligible and what I need to take in front of my classes and getting like a core GPA or my GPA. Then he sent an email. He had already went home and researched in the NCAA and what the eligibility requirements were. Then he sent us an email saying, okay, I'm doing this now in the 9th grade. Am I correct to do this in the 10th grade?
Wow.
So imagine if he would have never been in that lunch and learn, he may have still been going down the same path.
You know, it's kind of funny. I do camps around the country, and a lot of times we ask our kids, how many of you guys got offered? Every hand goes up. And then you say, how many of you guys done the clearinghouse? And basically you have about maybe 5 or 6.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I can see where a bridge builder would definitely help our young athletes at a younger age. And I always feel they get in 9th grade, I mean, it's tough then. If you haven't really gotten the instructions or the guidance by 9th grade, it may be a little too late.
And some of our listeners may not know. I really didn't know as much about it until learning from this Bridge Builder program. We've been putting it into place here in Greenville County Schools with an expectation and a plan to roll it out across this whole state of South Carolina.
Right.
But tell us, Levon, you just made a point. You got scholarship offers or you got offers, but you don't have the clearinghouse. What is the clearinghouse? Why is it important?
Well, the clearinghouse is very important because without having that clearinghouse ID, you can't be recruited anyway. What the clearinghouse basically tells that recruiter is you're either eligible to play or you're not eligible to play, right? And so
this is something you register.
Right.
You register into the clearinghouse,
That's
right.
and then that sets you up for your curriculum that you have to take.
That's
it's
right.
all in that, and that's really
right.
that mechanism. And if you don't have the core curriculum by the time you get to your junior year,
you're going to struggle. Our goals are multi-pronged. One, we want to increase the GPA for our athletes in South Carolina because that's hurting us in terms of recruitment.
okay,
We want to increase the core GPA. We want to make sure that we have increase the percentage of our student athletes who get in their junior year already on track with already taking the required number of core classes that they need. Because one, that allows for more scholarships, that allows for more visibility of our student athletes in South Carolina. It ensures that if you have a high enough core GPA, of course you already know your school GPA is going to be high, which means we're going to have an increased graduation rate, which is going to lower the dropout rate, right? And you're using sports to do that. But then it also means a ready-made population for these employers that we have coming to South Carolina.
We're a sponsor-related organization. That's
love
how
our sponsors. They support us.
That's how we are able to do things like this, and how we're able to do things like the Bridge Builder. So not only is it helping the kids that are growing up in this community, but also their future employers, the manufacturers in this area, the small business people in this area that are looking for great employees to come in and help take their business to the next level. And this program has the opportunity to even bring those companies into this program and interact with these kids. Tell me how important that is for us to do this with the Bridge Builder and the impact that it can have on a potential sponsor of the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame.
Well, these young people, that's their future and talent pipeline. As you know, I work in economic development.
Right.
And so when you look at talent and you look at the generational talent and that disconnect, this allows an employer to get their brand in front of a much younger population that already has a definable skill set, which allows that employer to be able to put in place systems that provide work-based learning opportunities or internships or study abroad or co-op. But it allows that employee also to see the next generational worker, so they're not guessing on that mindset, right?
I think we just got about 500 new members.
We need some sponsors.
That's right.
We need some
That's
sponsors,
right.
some more memberships, some donations, and we're asking you guys to help us out with this incredible program that we have. We want to thank you so much for allowing us to have this time, and like I said, I think you just got us some new members.
Well, hey, thank you for being here, Jay. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mike and Levon. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no
and
problem.
obviously, we appreciate you listening to the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland. We appreciate those that have signed up and become members. And if you hadn't, go to scfootballhof.org and go ahead and join, become a sustaining member, maybe make a donation. And if you want to sponsor the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame, send an email to Kirkland at scfootballhof.org, and Levon's going to send you a little sponsor questionnaire for you to apply to become a sponsor, and we'd love to have you. So thanks again. You're listening to the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland.
Well, all right. Welcome back to the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland. I'm your co-host, David Wyatt. What a great interview with Jay Blankenship. Really has been a stalwart for the last couple of years, developing that Bridge Builder program, tying it in with the Business Connect and YAM. Really exciting stuff.
Well, you can tell that Jay is very invested. I mean, you can see the passion in his voice, and then also he paints a great picture of what this program is going to be about and the impact and how football is going to make a difference in a lot of people's lives.
Well, it's fantastic. And of course, you know, in South Carolina, we at the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame are all about investing in the community and making a difference through football, and that was special for us. So we appreciate you listening, and we appreciate you supporting this effort in the South Carolina Football Hall of Fame and our programs. And so those that have joined, thank you. Those that haven't, please go to scfootballhof.org. Hey, less than $10 a month, and really makes a difference for us. So thank you so much. And again, we're all about leadership. And every good leader knows that the first person you have to lead is yourself. So we daily work on leading ourselves. And then, of course, we try to lead others. And in that regard, we have this part of this podcast, the Inside Look with Levon Kirkland here. And so we're going to come to you, a proven leader and, of course, newly enshrined Ring of Honor. Congratulations on that.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That was so fantastic.
That was kind of cool.
It's really
family fun. And the great Clemson was first class in that. And so congratulations on that. So coming to the newly minted Ring of Honor, Levon Kirkland for the Inside Look.
Thank you so much there, Mr. David. When we talk about leadership, you know what it starts with? It actually starts with your name. One of the recruiting tricks that they did to me at Clemson was they hung my jersey up and I saw my last name. I was sold. Because I knew that name didn't only represent myself, but it represented the whole Kirkland clan. So I knew I had to do well, not only in Clemson, but also in Pittsburgh. So we talk about your name. We want to talk about your name and what it means and what it's associated with. So you want to be determined to associate your name with habits of discipline, hard work, integrity, kindness, and faith. And when you do that, people know that your name really means something. You know your name means something. And of course, your name is a brand. And so you want to advertise your brand, your name in the most positive way you can.
You know, that's a good point. The inside look there of Levon Kirkland, and not everybody gets taught that your name really is your brand.
Right, yeah.
But it really is. And
it really
especially
is.
in today's environment, and obviously lots of changes going on. We won't get down into the nitty-gritty of the NCAA bubbling up and names and image, but certainly it's important for all of us, our name and image and brand, and you certainly have done very well for yourself and your name.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said before, it was an old trick that they used to do in recruiting.
Yep.
They put your name on the back of it. And in high school, you didn't have it, so you didn't really recognize it. But the first time I saw it, I was like, I'm in love. I'm in.
Go Tigers.
Deal. You got a deal.
But it's even more important when your name is actually on the stadium now.
Yeah.
You get to look at it.
Well,
you want your name to mean something special. Not everyone obviously is going to get their name in a stadium, but when they see their name, when they see themselves, when they see their family, they should want it to represent something good.
It's the sweetest sound you can ever hear.
That's
your
right.
name.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your name. Okay, Mr. Dale Carnegie.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But hey, again, the Blanchard Rogers Trophy. Thanks, Evan Tripp, our fearless producer, for putting this out here for us.
Yes.
This is a coveted trophy. If you don't know, South Carolina recognizes the best player in or from the state of South Carolina. So if you came to one of the schools here that plays football, then we're scouting you. If you left the state to play outside the state, then good chances are we're scouting you too. We started with over 400 players, and we've narrowed this down. In Mikey football, all of us scout, and we have others that are part of the Hall of Fame that scout. So we do have a scouting contingent, but Mikey helps us assemble it all, including your vote. And so, Mike, talk to us about the Blanchard Rogers. Talk about this weekend in football, and give us, the listeners, a little 411 on what's happening.
Absolutely. Appreciate Hales Jewelers for sponsoring the trophy as well.
Awesome.
Big supporters of ours, and we appreciate Lucian Lee over there at
I'm
Hales
gonna
Jewelers.
get something for Christmas for a bunch of people over there.
There you go. But the fun part is beginning, because the finalists are out, and you can find it on our website, and voting is beginning right now until December 9th.
So new members, old members, you can
vote.
put in your voice.
And so, as well as our class of 2020, it's out there too. First round is out there too. It also ends December 9th. So you get both votes.
Yep.
And bonus, your membership supports our Bridge Builder program that is a catalyst for academic character and career development in our youth. So, one, you get to have fun. You get to vote, get to have your voice heard about the awards that we give out each year.
Yep.
And at the same time, you get to invest in other people's in people's lives, in our youth's lives here in South Carolina.
It's a lot of fun. It's fun, and it's, if you like football, you really owe it to yourself
Right.
to be a member.
scfootballhof.org/join. Go right there. You can become a member right there, and then you can vote.
scfootballhof.org. You can join. It's very easy. It's simple. And hey, there's a lot of people doing this every week. We've got thousands of people in our family now. We are very appreciative of you, so thank you for that. It does make a difference, and you're joining our legacy, becoming a part of a real legacy to be leaders in this great game of football, to make a difference through football.
20 finalists, by the way, this year. 20. Not just here in state, but some kids from out of state as well that grew up here and now play for another university outside the state. But got some good names there. I think you'll recognize some of them, and some guys that you're going to want to root for and vote for coming up here, including a guy who won it last year.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic.
That list too.
Wow.
So the Blanchard Rogers, named for Doc Blanchard, the first Heisman Trophy winner from South Carolina, and of course George Rogers, the great George Rogers, a South Carolina alumnus there, and a member of, both of them members of our Hall of Fame, and lend their names to this great trophy, the Blanchard Rogers Award, and we're excited to have another one of these to give out. I mean, they all get one of these custom awards.
Yep.
And it's pretty special.
Award will be announced in 2020 and given out, first plug here, April 2nd at the Hilton Greenville.
April 2nd, that's the new date for the ceremony.
That's right. First time it's ever been mentioned.
Yep. April 2nd.
So write it down, mark your calendar.
It's
we
gonna
hope to
sell
see ya.
out.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a Thursday evening, and you're gonna have a lot of fun.
It's a special evening. It really is a lot of
Oh,
fun.
no question about it. Great time.
So,
Uh-oh.
Oh man, the flag
The
missed.
flag was
Coach
missed.
Jeffrey's flag must have had some wind out there.
Got
carried
knocked
away, or maybe just a gimpy producer. I think it was a breeze, some gusts come
So,
through here.
it was something. That was a bad throw.
But we do want to thank Coach Jeffries. The flag has been thrown, so that signals that we're out of time. Hey, we love you. We appreciate you. We're the Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland. We'll be back next week. Thank you so much.
You're listening to Inside Blitz with Levon Kirkland.